Good evening, race fans. Welcome to Backfire Simsport TV and welcome to rounds 3 and 4 of the Simability V8ESC Championship. We are in season 12 and we are coming to you live from the fantastic Suzuka circuit. I am Clyde San, and in the booth with me and also on the cameras tonight, it is Mr. Pete San. Good evening. Yes, and it's going to be a fantastic race already, Pete. We've literally just started qualifying, and I have one of those feelings that this is going to be an absolute corker. We've got 32 cars on the grid at the moment. That's right, you heard me correctly. 32 cars on the grid. And we all know that Suzuka is a very, very technical track. And it's not going to be easy for these guys tonight, Pete. Especially, I don't know what the weather is over there in the North America, but the Europeans are certainly suffering with a massive heat wave at the moment, which is going to make this race even more challenging. Yeah, maybe a few ice baths after the racing. So as we said, we are in Suzuka, which is located in the Mie Prefecture in Japan. We are using the Grand Prix layout, and we have two races for you tonight. Round three, which is a 30-minute sprint race, no pit stops, and then round four, which is a 1 hour feature race. And because the cars are fuel limited, they will be stopping in that race. The track itself is 3.6 miles long, and the last time we raced here was back in season 10, and it was an NQR wipeout with Tony Kloosterman taking away the spoils in the sprint race and Chris Absent Jackson taking away the spoils in the feature race. Now, I always bang on about lap records. Our lap record round here has stood since season 8, and that was Nicole Foggy with a 2 minute .697. And I can tell you that one, two, three, four, I think five drivers in practice beat that, and it's already been beaten by four drivers in quali. So we'll have to wait and see what the race conditions are like, but there's every chance that that record is going to go tonight. So rounds 3 and 4 means we've only had rounds 1 and 2 so far. But Jamie McKnight leads the Simability Cup with Tyler Newitt second and Simon Trendle in third. Team Chimera lead the team championship with XVR Holden second and BSTV Esports Green in third. David Blake and Tyler Newitt lead the Logan Jackson Safe Driver Award with perfect zeros in the last two rounds. The Fred Bingham Forever Forward Awards. That was absolutely immense last time out, and Pete basically sent 14 million love letters to Adam Wright, who managed 28 overtakes, only to be outdone by Jamie McKnight in race 2, who did 32. So they're the top two, with Wobbly Kneecaps is in third. In the head-to-head, group stages run through to round 9. Group 1 current qualifiers are Newitt, Trendle, Woodward and Warmingham. Group 2, Brandon Wilson, Lavalley and Bogotyrev. Group 3, Van Eekhoven, Wright, Green and Morjon. And Group 4, McKnight, Sanderson, Kneecaps and Sebula. Last time out, as we said, round 1 was at Sebring. Tyler Newitt took away the win with Ant Woodward second, Simon Trendle third. And round 2, the feature race, Jamie McKnight took away the win, Johnny Brandon in second, and Simon Trendle with another third position. That's everybody up to date. So where are we in qualifying at the moment? There are umpteen drivers down in the 2 minutes, Pete. Currently led by Marco Namela, Simon Trendle and Johnny Brandon. No real surprise there. Yeah, although this, yeah, but weird names, I would say. Maybe you would come straight out. Yeah, I think this must be an out lap, maybe. Apparently you're muted on the broadcast. Yeah, apologies for that. We're about to spoil your evening and get Pete unmuted. What you was missing was not much. Pete was trying to get on board with somebody that was going to complete a lap, and as usual, failed miserably because we think people watch the broadcast as they're driving, and every time Pete goes on board with them, they park the car.
Yeah, I think I'm back now. Thanks to Windows for giving me an update last night and resetting all my sound capabilities, and I forgot about that one. So, Ant's not going to do a lap, is he? He ballsed up turn 2.
The actual message we got was quite funny. Pete Bingham, you're muted on the broadcast, thus improving it greatly. Keep it up.
Who was that?
See if you can guess.
Jamie.
Yes.
Thanks, Jamie. Right, so, yeah, I don't think we're going to get around a lap without somebody parking it. There's the old start-finish straight, or the alternate one, rather, as we head towards 130R. And this time we're on board with Yarrick, Mr. Onion, who hopefully won't bin us off, but he's building up, I think. He's very cautious.
Breaking news, Woodward has got his legs out again.
Oh, he has, yeah.
And he looks like he's got some sort of sheep on his back.
Yeah, there's his feet as well, just for you. So, start finish straight again into what will hopefully be a full lap. And we go into first corner. Very affectionately named. Turn 2 doesn't really get a name, does it? I don't think so.
No, it's called the Snake, isn't it? This whole
start
S's
of it, yeah.
section.
Yeah, so we go into a series. These are more complicated than you think. They gradually tighten up and then they open up. When I was following Woody last night, when he's parked it because he ballsed it up, there's a lot of that around this track, to be fair. I tell you what, we'll abandon that. We'll join it in a race. We'll do it later because this is just too silly.
Okay, well, nothing is really happening in the order. Top 10, Namela, Trendle, Brandon, Sebula, Lavalley, Woodward, Woodhouse, Muoff, Wright and Kloosterman.
Not sure what Marco did there. I don't know whether that was an IT issue, but he just went straight on at one of the corners. Johnny looks like he's got it really well hooked up going around there. That was Dunlop, was it? Yeah, because this is a Degner, is it? No, we're at Casino.
Triangle.
Yeah. And he's going to try a pit stop. Now, testing your pit stops is critical here for that reason. It's dead easy to run into the pit lane too hot because it's downhill and on a turn, and you're like, what am I doing?
And not particularly difficult either, is it?
No,
you tend to find the harder pit lane entries, you don't get so many speeding penalties. But somewhere like here, where it's fairly easy, and like you say, you get sucked in just to carrying too much speed in. One thing you will need to sort out, Pete, is your the cars that you are viewing on the track map.
Yeah, give me a sec.
Just wipe out those numbers and everybody will appear once they're on the track.
Yeah.
Just like that.
There we go. Right. All good. Thank you for that. We'll go for
Okay,
car number.
so what have we got left? Under a minute left in qualifying.
Yeah, there's still a few out on track. Our railway announcer, Jamie McKnight.
Yeah, championship leader.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that crash last time at turn 2, was it? Where Wobbly, Johnny, and somebody else went into turn 2,
Yeah,
3 wide.
it was that 3 wide bit,
and took out the top 6 cars, I think it was. That has been a critical issue with the standings, I think.
Yeah, well, don't forget Jamie Knight told us in his interview he's in it to win it.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
He's not pulling any punches this season. He's his own self-proclaimed favourite for the championship.
Yeah, so that looks like qualifying is done. Oops. So once the session goes...
Once the session clicks over, I will try and remember to do some magic. Okay, so let's run you through your starting grid for round 3 sprint race. Marco Namela takes pole position for Glacier Racing. Simon Trendle in second for Team Chimera, and Johnny Brandon third for XVR Holden. Jarek Sebula in fourth, Steve Lavalley in fifth, and Woodward sixth, with Rob Woodhouse in seventh. Kenzie Newhoff 8th, Adam Wright 9th, Tony Kloosterman in 10th, Rich Warmingham 11th, and Tyler Newitt in 12th. In 13th is Nikolai Bogotyrev, 14th Freddie Van Ickhoven, 15th Sam Boozin, 16th Vincent Skilbeck, 17th Stephen Phillips, 18th Jamie Wilson, 19th Jamie McKnight, 20th Dale Green. Greg Carr is 21st, Thomas Sarnowski 22nd, Victor Morjon in 23rd, Pete Van Gool 24th. 25th is Miro Hraski, 26th Chris Sherburn, 27th David Fernandez, 28th David Blake, Ronald Moons is 29th with Ellis Stevens in 30th, Jason Haddington in 31st, Stephen Kiefer in 32nd, and 33rd, it's Rafa D. That rounds out your 33 car starting grid. Look at that, folks. It looks mighty impressive.
Yeah, I'm going to select a car about 10 back, because that's the only way I'm going to see all this once we get going.
Well, who shall I keep an eye on my screen? Let's go for somebody like... let's go on that one.
We are still waiting for some of these cars to join the grid. Nope, we're good. We're going.
We're good. Lights are coming on now.
Green.
And we're green. Lots of tyre smoke. Lots of
wow.
pulling out. Oh, it's 5 wide.
It's more than that. Simon's got a blast out of that second place there.
Marco Namela's dropping like a stone.
Yeah. It's an odd one, actually.
Just didn't get going at all.
He's way back here, look.
Later. Yeah, Marco is currently back in 7th position.
Too wide, like 16 times all the way back through the field at the minute.
Well, you expect that around this track, don't you? It usually takes a couple of laps for cars to get themselves sorted.
Yeah.
You just hope that everybody gets round safely for the first couple.
Oh, Johnny on the inside. Whew, blimey. So Johnny Brandon's even down 2 places from his start, from his grid position.
Yeah, that's Bob Woodhouse that he's fighting with there, with Marco Namela behind them. And especially for these top guys, Pete, you know, although they want to stay safe, you know, they don't want to be finishing last.
Yeah, true.
You know, they need to be patient, but they know the quality of this field. They don't want to give them too much of a head start.
No, not at all. We're going way back through the field here now. What have you seen? What have you seen?
That was Kenzie, I believe. It was. I've just seen Kenzie sideways and Johnny Brandon taking
crowded.
avoiding action.
This is a bit of a crowded house, isn't it? Oh, there's all sorts going on further back as well.
Yeah, Kenzie's dropped back to 7th. And I believe that was all on his own.
Yep.
I don't think there was anyone near him at all.
I think Ronald Moons has got issues, or is it just my PC? I've got it loaded up to all cars, but I don't think my CPU is as good as it should be. Oh, Foggy's on the chat.
Yeah, I'm sure Foggy was supposed to be racing.
I think he's out for about 5 weeks from the start, so I think he's in for the next one.
Probably running scared.
I would say so, yeah. He's giving himself an excuse for the end of the season, isn't he?
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Good tactic.
Yeah. Commitment, in inverted commas, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what's more important than V8ESC.
Brother-in-law's dog's wedding?
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Simon Trennell's got himself a little bit of a gap here now.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to last very long.
It's bespoke livery for this evening.
Yeah, we just need to find out what that says.
I'm going to guess. I'm going to go out there on a limb and say it says Chimera.
Yeah, I was thinking a lot ruder than that, and also having your name in it somewhere. If we do have any Japanese people watching, please feel free to translate it. Great shot there with the Sam Cam.
Whoa, I joined that at the right time. So you do get a monster amount of toe down this start-finish straight because that downhill right-hander really propels you onto the straight.
Oh, it certainly does, yeah.
You got Johnny Brandon. No, it wasn't Johnny Brandon. Who was that? Sorry, I've just looked away at the wrong time there. It was Steve LaValle.
So Foggy is taking a break because he's on medication. We have to put medication in brackets for anybody living in Scotland.
Medication, that means either special brew or some form of whiskey, right?
Yeah, or maybe something stronger than that.
Yeah.
So Stacey says, come on, Woody.
Yeah.
And he's doing really well, to be fair.
He is.
He's doing really well.
He's sat on a podium, eh? Yeah.
We should expect it from him. We shouldn't keep being surprised that he's up there.
No, in the official last night, he'd have been happy with it. I think he finished 6th in the end, behind Adam. I'm surprised where Adam is at the minute, if I'm being honest, because he was pretty rapid last night.
Yeah, he didn't have a particularly good qualifying, though, did he?
No, he didn't. He's back here at the minute in this gaggle, which isn't going to help his cause. But Woody was good last night, and 3rd place. I mean, to be ahead of the likes of Johnny, Marco, Tony, Bob, Adam, Kenzie, you know, there's a bag full of names there that he'd be really happy to be ahead of. So good racing from him. As Kenzie he just shows himself in Adam's mirrors there. The whole field is bright red at the moment, guys. So Johnny Brandon's getting hunted down here by Marco. And then it's the Simability train in the background. Can
Yeah, I
you
was
see him?
going to just looked up to see who that was. That
Yeah.
is Bob Woodhouse leading Tony Kloosterman there. Adam Wright tucked in, Kenzie Newhoff, Steve LaValle, Tyler Newitt.
Who's that going
This
wide?
goes on forever, doesn't it? That's
Oh, it's
Nikolai, then Stephen Phillips, then Rich Warmingham. That is that whole battle pack.
Yep. And then further back, you've got pocketed little two-car battles all the way down. I think Ellis has a bad connection because he keeps disappearing on my screen. That was the only reason that I tripped onto him here, because he reappeared behind somebody. What have we got going on here?
Car 7, Jarek Sebula just had a massive mistake. That's put Woodward up to second, and he's now under pressure from Johnny Brandon for third place and Marco Namela. It looked like a lock-up. I really only just caught the end of it.
I don't think I've even... Oh, hang on. It was too wide into the hairpin, that's why it happened, I think. Oh no, it's before this then, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was before that.
Oh right. It's not come up as anything on my screen, that's the problem, I think. So let me go back live.
Yeah, so I think it was just a lock-up. But Jarek defending for his life at the moment. He's gone wide. That's going to be a done deal. Oh, and he's come back on and hit Johnny Brandon.
Oh.
That wasn't very good.
Let's have a look at all of that. In fact, Johnny apparently went off track as well, according to SDK anyway. And Jarek seems to be dropping down the order a bit.
Johnny was knocked off track.
Oh, was he? Right, okay. So there's Jarek. Oh, crikey, blimey. Oh, dear. That's expensive. Right.
That's not very good.
No, not at all.
We don't want to see that.
I mean, yes, he could argue he's got to come back on at some point, but not there.
Got to come back safely, though.
Yeah. I no longer have Jamie's inset picture.
No, Jamie's having frame rate issues.
All right, understood.
So he's had to kill his stream.
I have to point this out, Stacey. Woody here has 3.5 seconds to Simon Trendle in front of him, but he's got 2.5 seconds to Marco Namela behind him, and we're 10 minutes in nearly.
Yeah, I was Tyler Newitt was very quick in practice, but not making much headway at the moment.
This group isn't actually breaking up at all, really, is it?
Not is it? He's obviously being hassled. He's got Nikolai behind him. Simon Trendle, 3-second lead.
Yeah. So Johnny Brandon, sadly, is quite far down the field now. Jarek Sebula is 14th, and I think they've been in. No, they haven't been in at all. His car's not showing damage on my screen. Let's have a look at what state Johnny's. Oh, he's gone again.
Oh,
he's gone again.
Yeah.
Sorry, I turned away from that too soon. I think he does have damage, but it's not visible.
Yeah.
So
he's parked that and towed back to the pits.
yeah, Johnny's car looks okay, given the fact that it's been in the wall as well. But he's way down the field now. I think that's just my CPU not processing the graphics properly.
Yeah, and don't forget it's a reverse top 10 for race 2. So drivers need to be in that top 10 if they want to try and take advantage of it. Wilson, isn't it? Just on the back of that group. Just
yeah, trying to bridge the gap at the moment. And he probably will do, because Rich Warmingham is literally crawling all over Stephen Phillips, my old teammate.
Yeah, Marco Namela also reading in Ant Woodward at the moment.
Let's have a look. Yes, he's
clean air in front of him, so
half a second faster last time round, which is massive, isn't it, round here?
yes.
Let's just nip back to the chaos of this group as it continues. I mean, really, the group is 5 cars in front of what we're looking at the moment. This is just the closest. It starts with Bob Woodhouse, Ant Woodward, Kenzie. There's a small gap, really, to Tony there. And then there's like a 7-car train here. If you remember, a couple of seasons back, or whenever we were last here, they were tyre dipping on the outside before 130R. Do you remember?
No.
Like way back, yeah. Oh, there's an overtake coming here now. That's Adam pulling out from behind Bob Woodhouse.
Yeah.
He's going to make that work as well, I think.
He is, yeah. Kenzie tries to follow him through.
Yeah. I was wondering about that. Yeah. He's on the wrong side of Bob for taking the next corner into the snake here.
Okay, keep on this battle, but Marco Namela is within a second of Ant Woodward now. I'll tell you when they get close.
A bit further back, it's all getting a bit tasty again.
Stephen Phillips desperately wanting past Nikolai Bogotyrev.
Yeah, because he's under masses of pressure from Rich Warmingham behind us, although Stephen got a brilliant run just then.
Didn't he? Yeah. And he might get that done.
Out of Dignity, but he's had to bail out of it because
he's on the wrong side, isn't he?
Yeah, and he's going to be a victim here, I think. Because Rich Warmingham's got a good line through the hairpin. A bit further forward, and this is happening.
Yeah, and that battle has also got Jamie Wilson on the back there.
Now, I am actually going to move forward. There's lots going on, but I'm going to move forward to this because this is Marco tracking down second place Ant Woodward. And Ant's going to have to be sensible here, I think.
Well, yeah, in Ant's shoes, you would probably not fight the overtake.
Well, you've got 5 seconds.
Such a big gap.
Yeah.
Back to Adam Wright. And we're not far off halfway through this race. Marco's going to get it done now.
Yeah, no messing. In the background, the rest of the field come round the last corner. So that's that deal done, I think. I'm going to move to this quickly because I thought we were going 3 wide for a second on my screen.
Yeah.
Stephen Phillips.
I don't know what happened there, but he's just lost 2 places.
There's nothing on my map to say he went wide. We've had a few things going on extracurricular, but I've not done the replays for him because there's too much going on, if that's all right.
Yeah, he lost out to Rich Warmingham and Jamie Wilson there.
Yeah. Slightly further forward than that is what's going on here at the moment.
Dan Boozen hasn't crashed yet, but we've still got half the race to go.
And just to remind everybody, this is your race leader, Simon Trendle. That's enough of that.
Marco Namela has got 15 minutes to bring back 5 seconds.
Yeah, let's see what he's got in the tank.
Jamie McKnight now starting to make his way up through the field. He's up to 12th.
Yeah, he and Jamie Wilson, so Team Jamie, have been just following each other all the way through the race so far. They're both up 7 places.
The Jamie twins.
Yeah, That's Kenzie doing a move just ahead of 130R on Bob Woodhouse. That was impressive. I do prefer this camera here though, so I'm going to stick more with that, I think.
Yeah, I'm interested in that little pack behind Clouston and LaValle and Newitt.
Yeah. There's a lot of talent just in those 5 cars, isn't there?
Yeah.
There's something going on further back there near Stephen Phillips. So there's an overtake going on here.
That's Stephen and Nikolai.
Yeah, and they're kind of blocking the road for Sam because he's got nowhere to go and there's 2 cars blocking the entire track.
It's a horrible place for Nikolai to be in the S's.
Yeah.
Offline.
You really just want to bolt yourself to the back of the car in front. Don't deviate from the line until you can get into a space where you can do something. But look at them stacking up here. I think Stephen, sadly, is the cork in the bottle. And on the back of this group, Victor Morjon has now caught the group. He's there. So he's just added to this group. This little lab just started the race, don't they? They're that close together.
So, yeah, 7 cars in this group.
Just going to switch us to Jamie Wilson because I think he's sizing up Richard Warmingham for a pass into Spoons. Not yet.
Yeah, not quite close enough.
I don't know why I thought there was more than one Spoon either. Just a bit further ahead. This group's kind of just fractured a bit. Tyler having a really good look at Steve LaValle, but not making anything work just yet. He wants past though, look.
Yeah, that's difficult there into the Casio triangle.
I'll move back to these guys just in case Jamie's done something good.
Yeah, so that is the battle for reverse pole at the moment.
Oh, it is, yeah. Hadn't realised. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. Ah. Staring at the screen between my fingers.
Yeah, Jamie McKnight did wonders there getting on the brakes.
Yeah, he did. It was no holds barred racing from these two, Jamie and Rich Warmingham. I shouldn't say Jamie, Jamie Wilson and Rich Warmingham. In fact, Jamie Wilson's got some evidence of it on the right-hand side of his car.
He's also got some sideways going on there.
Yeah, which would suggest he's lost some rear traction. Oh, yes, lots of it too. Oh, no, no. Oh, yeah, that was weird. Somebody greased the track.
One, like, target fixation.
Yeah, yeah. What was the upshot of that in the end? He's got going again, but that's a lot of damage. And where is he?
He's down there behind Freddie. Down in 22nd position.
No, I was looking for Rich, and he seems to have got away with it.
Rich got away with it, yeah. I think Rich caught it and Jamie didn't.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, what's this one? Oh, this is going to be one of those incidental things, I think. I think it's just wide at 130R.
Yeah,
oh, no, it's not.
Oh,
Gee whiz.
No.
Oh, I've got to do a bit of this. It's the BSTV treatment, isn't it? Oh.
Again, not a very good move. You know, you don't move over when there's a car alongside you.
No. That one didn't leave racing room. So we'll go back live again. I don't know how well Tyler got away with that. Back here, these two are fairly inseparable. further back, I think Stephen Phillips is giving pressure now to Tyler after that.
Yeah, dropped Tyler. He only dropped to 11th. So he didn't come out quite as bad as Jamie Wilson.
This is further back again. This involves Jamie Wilson now. He's kind of plugged a gap in a series of cars here.
Yeah, he must have some massive damage on that car, though. That was a big
hit. Yeah. So this is Freddie Van Eekhoven in the middle of all this in that Racing Forces car.
Yeah, David Fernandez in front of him.
Yep. And his teammate, Chris Sherman, in front of him. So.
Yeah, Jamie Wilson. He's got Vincent Skilbeck behind him.
Jamie seems to be fast against these guys at the minute, but you can see the damage on the car. I mean, that front right fender is properly bent back. It's probably suspension damage, maybe. Right, let's go back to the front here. Ant Woodward all on his own at the moment in a gap, 3 seconds in front of him, 5.5 behind him. So you would think that as long as he can keep it clean for another 8 minutes, Clyde, he's going to be okay.
Yeah, I would have thought so. Adam Wright not really making any progress. Marco Nemail has made a little bit of progress into the lead, but it's only gone down 0.9 of a second in the last 9 minutes. So that's nowhere near fast enough to catch race leader Simon Trendle.
No, that was an overtake by Tony Klusterman on his sister teammate Bob Woodhouse just then. Standard start finish straight overtake.
Yeah, that moves Tony up to 6th.
And then Vincent's passing Freddie Van Eekhoven just there. He's following Jamie through this pack actually.
Yeah, I'm surprised at Jamie's speed. Perhaps he didn't get as much damage as we thought in that big hit.
Or maybe it's just cosmetic. I mean,
yeah.
do you need a lot of front end downforce on this track? It's more rear end downforce you want, isn't it? To get round some of these turns.
I think I'd still like a good front end on the car, if I'm honest.
Well, yeah, if you're going to sacrifice it, you might as well. Sam Boozen stuck just behind Nikolai here in an NQR sandwich with Greg Carr. Oh, and a shunt. I'm doing good tonight, aren't I, Clyde? I'm joining it at all the right times.
Yeah, do you reckon Sam is just too slow and Greg's got fed up with him?
Get out the way. Oh, it's all going on back here. Oh, hello. Vincent getting all sorts of squirrely out of wherever that was. Was that the hairpin? I think it was.
Immediately under pressure
yeah.
from Freddie.
Well, this is the thing with the V8, this V8 league, isn't it? You only need a little bit offline. Ooh, that's a good move from Jamie. And people are on you like white on rice. Chris on the chat says, who is this ant person? Why is he in third place?
Jamie Wilson, but he's still fighting in there. That's a good move.
Oh, that is excellent. Vincent thought about going, but he decided against it. They're all a bit squirrely coming out of there now. It's moving forward to this one. Because Kenzie has tracked down Adam somewhat. Don't know whether Adam's got through the best of his tyres, I'm not sure. Simon Trendle's still your race leader, 4 seconds in the lead.
Yeah, under 5 minutes to go in the first race.
BSTV green cars in lots of battles. Tyler's car looks absolutely ravaged after that collision at 130R with the wall. And whichever car it was he was racing against, of course.
Rich Warmingham currently in that reverse pole position.
Yep, just ahead of these guys, actually.
People Valley having a quiet but effective race as usual.
Yeah, a little bit further ahead. Highest scoring XVR car after Johnny Brandon's unfortunate situation towards the start of the race. Sambuzan stuck in the middle of it all again. Miro has got past him at some point. I missed that one. No, it's because of this, Clive.
I was going to say, what happened to Greg Carr?
Oh, it's a Degner disaster.
Whoop.
Whoa! So that's why Sam lost a few places there. Nearly three of them. Woo. Right.
But what happened to Greg Carr?
Right, let me go and find out.
Because Greg Carr was challenging Sam, and he was nowhere in that picture.
Oh, whoa, Degner.
Wheels on the grass.
Yeah, Degner won. Now, it takes about a week to get back. Oh, no. Oh, he's in the dead end. I've done that before. And now you got to find reverse gear.
No, I thought he was stuck for a minute.
Yeah. He can get stuck in some of the furniture around here. And then he has some sort of weird connection issue, but he's back in, really.
So now he's on the wheel.
Yeah. Oh, well, that was fortuitous.
Oh, we need to see that again.
I think we must see that again. I'm thinking it's this one. It's all happening now. I think everybody's tyres are showing their age now, Clyde.
No, that's the
no,
same
this is
one,
the other
isn't it?
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the other one. Have I got another one? Oh, wow, right, yeah. There's quite a lot happened. Same corners. Degner's.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
2 laps on the trot.
Then this
one. Yeah, he had a rear wheel on the grass there.
He did. Quite stylish though, and he comes to a rest in a decent place.
Yeah, I don't think he hit anything, did he?
No. Pretty good. Right, back to it.
So, we are inside the last minute.
Some gaps forming now, but you kind of expect that, wouldn't you?
We have a look where the leader is. Leader's there, so this is going to be the final lap.
Ah, okay. So the leader's...
Warmingham still in the reverse pole position.
Yeah, and he's got a bit of time behind him, as far as I can see at the moment.
Second, I think, to Tyler Newitt.
There's Tyler, and Stephen is right behind him.
Yeah, LaValle Woodhouse, 6th and 7th is a battle at the moment.
It is. LaValle needs to absolutely gun it for the rest of the lap. I'm going to switch to Simon as he heads towards victory.
Yeah, into 130R.
Although, saying that, Steve really is turning the wick at the minute, so we'll come back to that. We'll watch Simon cross the line first.
Simon Trendle's going to come round and take his first victory of the season. Marco Namela in second. And Woodward is going to come home in third. Great drive from Anne. Right, let's see what's going on with these battles. Steve LaValle is not going to get it done, is he?
No, not this time. This is close. This is very
close.
Whoa.
Stephen and Tyler.
What you saw there was 0.09 of a second.
Yeah, both from New York.
Jamie did all right in the end, considering what happened.
Yeah, 18th.
This is a battle with Thomas Sarnowski and Ronald Moons, I think that is, in front of him. So battles all the way through to the finish line, Clyde.
Yeah, Johnny Brandon's going to come home 26th after that massive hip check from Yarrick. And Sam Boozin comes home behind him after his off-road excursions. Well, that was an action-packed race one, Pete.
It really was. I honestly didn't know where. Even though it's quite a big track, isn't it? A two-minute lap shows how long the lap is, but it seemed like it was such a small track because there was so much going on. There was battles everywhere.
We had some massive battle packs, didn't we? Even once the groups had spread out, we still had groups of 5 and 7 and 3, all going at it.
Yeah, and it kind of didn't stop. If you take my point, it was happening constantly.
We will bring you the official race result as soon as we can. Then the drivers go into a 10-minute warm-up session for our main event, although it could be called a cool-down session with the weather the way it is at the moment. So your winner and first win of the season is Simon Trendle for Team Chimera. Marco Namela came home second for Glacier Racing, and Ant Woodward in third for NQR Europe. Fourth was Kenzie Newhoff for Hydro Race Racing Forces, and fifth was Tony Kloosterman for NQR. Rob Woodhouse came home in sixth for NQR Europe, Steve Lavalley in seventh for XVR Holden, and Adam Wright in eighth for BSTV Esports Green. Jamie McKnight came home ninth for NQR, and Rich Warmingham, with his 10th place finish, claims the reverse pole for XVR Holden. Tyler Newitt was 11th, with Stephen Phillips in 12th. Nikolai Bogotyrev 13th, Dale Green 14th. Victor Morjon in 15th, with Miro Hraski in 16th. Chris Sherburn in 17th, with Jamie Wilson in 18th. Vincent Skilbeck was 19th, and David Blake was 20th. 21st was David Fernandez with Ronald Moons 22nd, Thomas Sanowski in 23rd, and Freddie Van Eekhoven in 24th. Greg Carr 25th, Johnny Brandon in 26th, Sam Boozin was 27th, 28th was Jason Haddington, Stephen Kiefer in 29th, and Ellis Stevens in 30th.
So, yeah, ridiculous amount of battles in that race. I was surprised that Jamie McKnight finished ninth with the events that other people went through.
Yeah, well, he had a very, shall we say, quiet qualifying session. Although he did join the server just before qualifying started, so possibly didn't have a great deal of practice, but managed to bide his time, didn't he, and not get involved in anything daft and just pick up the places once they were on offer.
Yeah, I mean, great race from Ant Woodward. He's out of his seat at the minute, probably going and getting himself a very small bottle of champagne for his finish there.
Maybe doing a lap of honour around the block.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, on a wild ride. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, brilliant racing from him. Simon Trendle was really on it. I'm surprised by the starts, to be honest, because both Simon and Marco Namela just didn't get away. They just bogged down.
Well, it looked like massive wheel spin, didn't it?
Yeah.
It was. I must admit, I was concentrating more on the mid pack, but there was a lot of tyre smoke from the front. And Marco Namela dropped down to what, sixth, seventh, eighth, something like that
seventh, I think.
from the
Yeah,
start. Yeah,
yeah.
which definitely cost him a win because he was closing Simon down, just not well enough.
Yes. He really needed to. It's odd because, well, maybe that was why he was where he was in the official last night. But he eventually overcame it. There's no pit stop in the sprint, is there? So he probably lost the advantage he would have gained if there was one. But yeah, some surprising results for me in that first one.
Yeah, so on to the feature race. Now, we're thinking it's going to be about a 30-lap race, which means the sensible people among us, which
Yeah, just point them out to me.
but maybe sensible isn't the right word for it. But most normal people, I'm going to say,
Yeah.
would probably spread the load across the tyres and pit around lap 15 or 30 minutes. But as was seen in the officials, there seems to be a massive undercut here. So we may see drivers pitting as early as lap 10. And then they've got a long 20-lap stretch to make those tyres last. But they should gain a lot of time from doing that, Pete.
Yeah. It's going to be a massive advantage to them. We saw it last night. It can only happen again. Because why wouldn't it? We've got Tony Klusterman doing some practice laps. I can't remember where he finished in the first one. While you try and find that out,
He was about 5th.
Right. Oh, that's a good result then, given the calibre of drivers that's in and around him at the minute. We're going into Snake here. You're off the gas a lot through this section, letting the car coast and roll through these corners. This one you take tighter because the next one is a very long right-hander. It carries on for ages, this one.
Yeah, it's off camber, isn't it? It's actually called anti-banked curve.
Yeah, and then you fire around Dunlop here. Hopefully we'll get the full lap in that we never got before. And fire yourselves towards the Degners. So this is Degner 1. Take the curb there because it'll cope with it. Take the curb here again as well, slightly on Degner 2. You can run out a bit wide, but not as wide as Sam did. And then into the hairpin here. Bit of curb here helps the car turn a little. Keep it tight here. You don't want anybody stuffing it down the inside. And the shortest way is the quickest way. And then 200R. Bit of curb maybe on that off little road there. And then run it out wide and then back in for an apex here. And into Spoon, which is a horrid corner in my opinion. Technically very complicated. You get on the gas a little bit and then tuck it back in tight into that left hand side because it's too easy to run wide on the exit of Spoon. And then the old start finish straight or back straight, whatever it's called, fires you towards 130R, which is where we saw Tyler come unstuck earlier. Off the gas a little bit there. Thought it might be slightly flat, but there you go. And then into Casino Triangle, which is the turn that Clyde corrected me on earlier. And then that's the lap.
Yeah, interesting. You were saying about Spoon,
Yeah.
or Spoons as you call it.
Clearly, there's more than one.
It's a really difficult corner to get right, but also a really important corner because it leads onto that long backstretch, doesn't it? And you can just watch the time just disappear if you get it wrong.
Yeah, I mean, you look at how long that backstretch is. If you look at car 28, if I select Greg Carr at the minute, just to highlight it on the track map there, he's going into Spoon now. The exit leads downhill onto a huge, long, it's not a straight, but it might as well be. It's as long as the start-finish straight, so you've got two massive opportunities here. And if you get it wrong, you slow all the way down that massive length of tarmac. So you're going to get mugged all the way down it if you do that.
Yeah, it's very easy. My experience is trying to carry too much speed into the second part of the spoon curve, and then having to get off the gas to stop myself running wide, and then losing all that speed.
Right. Yeah, I think everybody can agree with that. I mean, I've done all those things as well. Pete Van Gool here, not sure where he finished in the first one, doing some sighting laps. Johnny Brandon's on track at the moment. He'll be unhappy with race 1, I'm sure.
Yeah, he did get an apology on our Discord chat from Yarrick.
Okay.
Chris Jackson is asking what's the track temp. I don't know if that was during the first race or just
track temperature is 30.
Alex Sevillano. I did ask him if he was racing tonight, but he's ill, so he's with his Racing Forces teammates and putting his debut off until where do we go next? Imola.
Oh yeah. That'll be that'll be a frantic race with these cars, won't it?
The curbs in these cars.
Yeah, they don't mix well. Are you
Okay,
don't forget to extend the gridding, by the way.
Already on it.
Excellent stuff. So I'll do the grid. So Rich Warmingham is your pole man for race 2 for XVR Holden. Jamie McKnight goes off second for NQR. Adam Wright goes off third for BSTV Esports Green with Steve LaValle in fourth next to him for XVR Holden. Bob Woodhouse goes off fifth for NQR Europe. And then we've got Tony Klusterman in sixth, Kenzie Newhoff in seventh, Ant Woodward in eighth. Marco Namela in ninth, Simon Trendle, your race winner from the previous one with a reverse 10. In 10th, Tyler Newitt. In 11th and 12th is Stephen Phillips. Couldn't quite read it. 13th is Nikolai Bogatyrev. 14th is Dale Green. 15th, Victor Morjon. Miro Hrasky is 16th. Chris Sherburn 17th. 18th is Jamie Wilson. Vincent Skilbeck in 19th. David Blake in 20th. 21st is David Fernandez. Ronald Moons in 22nd. Thomas Sarnowski in 23rd. Freddie Van Eekhoven in 24th. 25th is Greg Carr. Johnny Brandon starts in 26th. Sam Buzan in 27th. 28th is Jason Haddington. Stephen Kiefer in 29th. Ellis Stevens in 30th. PVG, Pete Van Gool in 31st. 32nd is Yarek Sabila. And Rafa goes off 33rd.
I don't think we're going to have Yarek or Rafa in this race.
Ah, they're not actually in the session?
No.
Ah, right. So it'll go the full distance of the grid time then.
Let's watch for these starts again. Can the front two get away this time? Can Simon Trendle work his way up through that top 10? What can Johnny Brandon do from 26th? Okay, lights are coming on.
Green flag, green flag.
And we're green.
Yeah, and the front ones
weren't a bad start from the front. But
no, Adam Wright seems to have got a blinder.
He has, hasn't he? Straight through the middle, and he's going to go into first place. Is he going to hold it? He should do from there.
I think so, unless Rich Warmingham can keep his toe in, but he's not done.
Great start from Adam Wright.
Oh, Messi.
Steve the Valley.
Yeah, going way down the field.
Yeah, I think he got off the track and nobody collected him.
Miro Hrasky's got no boot. I don't know whether that was the same incident or not. I couldn't follow that quite. Oh, there's damage for Simon Trendle. Didn't see that. Didn't see that.
I think if he wasn't going to pit on lap 10, he is now.
He will now, yeah.
Although weirdly, we've seen many cars missing a rear wing, and it doesn't seem to affect them that much.
No, some of them have said it was still on the car when they looked in their rear view mirror. But Miro has definitely not got a boot, and he's got damage. Maybe that was what got together with Steve Lavallee.
I'm not sure. Yeah, Steve Lavallee was definitely sort of further up the field.
Ooh, door banging. So that was Marco and Simon Trendle both going past Bob Woodhouse.
Oh, Marco's
Oh, no. Oh, is he going to manage to save it and not get hit, though? He's done the right thing there. He's reversed back to get a real shallow turn. Well, that was
But yeah, that
eventful.
was all on his own.
It was.
And also forced Simon Trendle off track, but Simon only dropped to 9th.
So Marco's got it all to do.
He certainly has.
Simon Trendle, no boot lid and some scratches now. He's showing the battle scars, Clyde.
Yes.
That was Johnny Brandon getting past Freddie Van Eekhoven pretty quickly, actually. He's already up 8 places, Clyde. 8 places for Johnny.
18th, isn't he?
Look at this. Train announcer, second place, Clyde. He is going for this, isn't he?
Yeah, but what happened to Adam Wright?
Oh. He's a few places back now. Let me see if there's anything to show for that. Oh, yes. Sorry, it was at the same time as the Namela incident. So let's have a quick look. So this was your race leader at the time.
Oh,
slow down.
Yeah. Missed the chicane and got a slow down.
No damage, but still the blushes. Okay, so Simon Trendle on a recovery drive from the recovery drive, I think this is. Excuse me. Johnny Brandon is just scalping people, Clyde. He's absolutely tearing through the field.
Yeah, Vincent Skilbeck in his sights now.
It's taking him no time to catch him.
Yeah, you know, this is the part of the race where you need to get it done because the cars are closer together.
Yep. This is also the time of the race not to crash because you lose the entire field. Ooh, look at that in the background. That's Sam Boozen getting overly friendly with Greg Carr, I think.
Well, we see Greg get overly friendly with Sam in race 1.
Yep, true. That's Marco Namela behind him.
Yeah, he's 25th. Rich Warmingham started on pole, lost out to Adam Wright, but has got first position back again.
Yep. Thanks to Adam getting his slowdown at Casino Triangle. Tony Klusterman in 3rd there. That's yet another improvement on his 5th place in the last one. Was it 5th or 6th or something like that?
I think he was 5th, last time. He's obviously tucked in behind British Rail's very own Jamie McKnight.
Yep. Kenzie's looking a bit fighty in this one as well. I have to keep going back to Johnny Brandon because he keeps setting my timing screen red every time he gets on the back of another car.
He's gone up a position without getting past Vincent, so something must have been gifted to him.
Yeah. Ronald Moon's closing in on David Fernandez here, with Sam Boozen closing in on him. So, oh, Sam's going for it. He's trying to do him under braking. Is that going to work? He's holding him out, but
It's very difficult there.
oh, who's that gone wide behind? Greg
Martin
Carr.
Naylor's between them two. They're like just behind them.
Yeah, I know. Sam's trying to do this on sheer top speed now. He might do this, you know.
The angry Belgian.
With his Belgian fries in the passenger seat, probably. And what do we know that Belgian fries are, Clyde?
Chips. Google it. I might even go on Wikipedia at some point and put them straight.
Do it.
So Simon Trendle 8th doesn't seem to be missing that rear wing too much.
No, he's just behind the group we were just watching. I mean, you can see his shopping and everything, can't you? But other than that, he's still travelling pretty damn quick.
Yeah, I think there's some man pads in there.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh!
What did you watch?
Who is that just
that
went
further
very,
forward?
very wide? That was Tyler.
Or was it Tony? Because Tony's dropped a position.
No, I think Tyler went out very wide. I thought Simon was going to get him.
Ah, right, okay. So it's shuffled about here as well, because Adams moved himself a bit forward, has he, or backwards? Can't think now.
I think, no, Adam has got past Tony.
Oh, I missed an overtake, sorry. As Kenzie is now ahead of... oh, that's not even on my event tracker, which is weird. Oh, yeah, it is.
Kenzie is ahead of Jamie McKnight.
I think this was Casino Square after 130R.
It's a square?
Oh, triangle. Sorry, I'm on play school at the minute. I'm just calling out the windows. Clearly. Oh, so he's just taken his foot off the gas and rolled it through 130R. That's pretty cool, that. Nice overtake. It's getting a bit wild back here, mind. Oh my word. We're in the snake at the moment, and Johnny Brandon's trying to thread the needle. Oh, Miro.
I think Miro lost it on his own, and Vincent straightened him up.
I think you might be actually quite right there. Oh dear. Vincent's not getting a break, is he? He's just made his way through that traffic, and then Johnny Brandon's on him. Just oh, hang on, who's that? Somebody's parked it at the... right, okay, I need to pick this one out. That's Miro, I think. Yeah, that was Miro.
Involved.
And Freddie.
Freddie, yeah.
Right, let me see if I can find that, because the event track is moving faster than I can scroll it, believe it or not. Right, oh, crikey, Miro.
Oh, yeah. That was,
that was a proper corner cut, wasn't it?
That was a bit of an extra set, that one.
Yeah. He got a bit of lights flashing for his trouble. Oh, and then he didn't realise there was a car right on him, which I think is PVG, it is, yeah. Oh, Johnny's overtaken Vincent. Excuse me.
So, who's next for Johnny Brandon? That'll be Victor Morjon.
Oh, this is exactly like Kenzie did a minute ago.
Yeah.
Last of the late breakers, but on a really good line. Lovely overtake.
The only important one we haven't seen is Adam Wright getting past Tony Kloosterman.
Okay. It's because it's not on here.
Okay, don't worry then. We are on lap 6. Rich Warmingham currently has all but a second lead over Kenzie Newhoff. Oh, who's that in the pits? That is Chris Sherburn.
I've got no other events other than him entering pit lane. And it was immediately after he'd done this.
I was going to say, that's very early. There must be some damage involved somewhere.
In fact, there's nothing in this, I don't think. No.
No, just goes into the pits.
Do you think he's American? Just saying.
Possibly. Probably from New York.
Everybody else is.
Yeah, you know it.
Speaking of which.
So Tyler trying to get past Bob Woodhouse. Sorry, no. Yes, it is.
Yeah. Just going to move back to here again because there's stuff going on. Johnny Brandon just put Dale Green and Victor Morjon behind him in 1 and a bit turns.
Yeah. Nikolai Bogatyrev and Ant Woodward are his next targets.
They're not that far away from him either. You can see him in the background there.
We are 13 minutes in. We're on lap 7.
Still got huge gaggles of cars all scrapping at the moment.
Yeah, even that, you know, the front lot are not that far away from each other.
No. I mean, the top two are pretty much on top of one another at the minute. I'm going to cut to it in a second if it gets any closer. I was just going to see if Sam was going to do anything into the hairpin, which he's not doing, because that's the distance for first place, Clyde.
Yeah. And we know what's going to happen as soon as these two go side by side. The Jamie McKnight train is going to be catching up.
Yeah. And we remember that Kenzie did, was it Adam? I can't remember. He just came off the gas but didn't press the brakes. He just floated by him at this turn here. He's not near enough to do that this go.
Really pushing him through
the
game.
Casino Circle. I'm just going to go through all of them now. I'm going to claim it.
Through the round.
Here we go. He's out, and that's blimey, crikey.
Done. That's done and dusted.
The amount of overspeed he had, though, was immense.
Kenzie Newhoff takes the lead on lap 8.
Adam getting a bit bouncy behind Jamie McKnight there. Further back, this is an all NQR affair. Ant Woodward and Nikolai.
Yeah, I think these two have been together like this since probably lap 1 or 2.
Yeah, they've been. I think there was groups with them at the start or towards the start. Now they've dropped off it a bit. Further back, we've got this rabble. That's Jamie Wilson just ahead of Dale, and just behind there is one Monsieur Namela cutting through the traffic.
Yeah, up to 17th.
Still down 8 places from his start position. And then the unfortunate Steve Lavallee from the start is back here.
Yeah, you know you're having a bad race when you're being hassled by Sam.
Kenzie looks like he's stretching his legs at the front at the moment. Another couple of laps before we see the first of the true pit stoppers, Clyde.
Yeah, and we already have one driver very close to the drive of shame for 15 incident points.
Wow, oh, that's early.
Oh, Edward Wood.
Oh, wow, yeah. Bit of gardening.
Yeah, and almost took his teammate out.
That's just given Johnny Brandon another position. I think Vincent popped out of the toe a bit early there.
Yeah, but still, has he got? I think he's got enough to get this done, unless Victor's really late on the brakes.
Victor did well there, but he's on the right. Victor's on the right side for the next part of the snake if he can stay there. Well, Vincent stuck with him well there. Cool, blimey. He's had to give up in the end though. Tightened up too much, I think.
Yeah. Jamie Wilson looking for the scraps of that battle.
Yeah, look who's right behind.
Taylor is with him as well. There's that Jaws music.
Yeah.
So Woodward down to 12th.
Yeah, he's not going to be as happy this time round, I don't think, unless pit stops go in his favour. Marco Nemela going around the outside of Jamie Wilson at hairpin. And he might make this work. What is wrong with that boy? How can he do that?
Great traction there. Well, I say great traction. Jamie Wilson got terrible traction.
Yeah, he was fishtailing, wasn't he?
Made him look good. Johnny Brandon up to 11th, Marco Nemela back up to 15th.
Adam Wright.
Well, I think
shoving.
Kenzie is dropping Rich, and
yeah.
Rich is slowly dropping Jamie.
Yes.
Jamie's got Adam Wright all over him now.
He has, but
and
Adam,
Tony Glusterman.
Yeah, Adam was sideways for the whole of last turn, pretty much. Last corner, rather. And Tony Klusterman thought, might have a bit of this, and then thought better of it. Going to move back to this battle here. It's not really a battle, I don't think.
We're on lap 10.
Oh, right, okay. Johnny Brandon puts yet another driver behind him. Oh, standard slipstream and overtake, I think, this one. Very smooth. Done before he got into the turn, really. We like that, yeah. 16 places he's up this race. So what we've got here at the minute, Clyde, is positions 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, nearly 9. Stephen Phillips is hanging off the back of the group a little bit. I feel like they're spacing themselves out ready for pit stops.
Yeah, I'm just watching Kenzie and Rich Warmingham at the moment. Obviously, they're going to be the first two to get to the pit entry. In 130R at the moment.
Freddie Van Eekhoven thought he was going to have a go then.
They both stay out.
This isn't going to go well for Dale racing against Sam. Oh, he's done him though. Mid straight, really. That was a good overtake. So none of them decided to visit pit road.
No, not even
not from
Marco
the top lot.
Nemela.
No, which is
Oh.
surprise.
Dale's in.
Yep, Dale peeled off into pit road. And it's this group at the minute that's causing my screen to go red. Oh, no. Oh, my word, Freddie.
Well held.
Yeah, he's still a bit fishtaily. I think he's cooked his rears doing that. So that battle's sorted there. Go back to this one then. Everybody takes hairpin different, don't they?
Yeah.
So Adam's going to get done here, I think. He's so slow out of the hairpin that time. Maybe not.
He managed to defend that well.
Yeah, he didn't have much speed leaving the last turn though.
This is the important one.
Oh, Tony sideways. That's going to screw his
Yeah.
back
Certainly
straight.
gonna help Adam.
Yeah, look at the gap he's got there now already. That's what we were saying before the race started.
The leaders stay out.
Oh, no they don't. Not all of them. Adam Wright has gone to pit road.
Simon Trendle in.
Yep.
Johnny Brandon in.
Nice and smooth.
And Woodward in.
Yeah, so pit road playing host to a number of the top guys.
Well, if the undercut is as powerful as we think, that could be a great move by Adam Wright.
Yeah. It certainly played out well last night.
Is this going to force the leaders in before they really wanted to?
Yeah, well, they might need to snap back straight away to nullify that if indeed the undercut works on at this race length. Obviously, the race last night was 45 minutes, this is an hour, so I don't know whether that makes any kind of difference in the equation, not sure.
Well, new tyres are new tyres.
Yep. Freddie and Vinny stuck together again.
Wright stayed ahead of Simon Trendle and Johnny Brandon.
So let's see who else
They're all staying out still.
pays the ticket. Oh, Tyler's gone.
Oh, Tyler's gone in. Stephen Phillips in. Jamie Wilson in. Steve LaValle in. That's your next round of pitters.
Yep. Since we're going in batches of 4 and 5 at the minute. Right, so that's Tyler coming out behind Simon and Adam. But to me, he seems nearer. Don't know.
Yeah.
Look at that, though. So, Johnny Brandon may well be doing some skipping of people at this rate. Now, I thought David Blake had been overtaken by Sam earlier, so I don't know whether something else has happened.
I'm having a cheeky look there.
Ooh. Oh, he's nearly done on Adam right. That's all that was. Sorry. That was not not an event I really wanted to be showing, but it should give you a grade, shouldn't it, of how far off.
Yeah, leaders have stayed out again, I believe.
Apart from Bob Woodhouse. Simon Trendle's looking pretty quick now. All damage repaired. So even getting a nudge, even if the car's not damaged, sometimes it affects the way you drive it because you think there's damage. You kind of make it up, don't you?
Yeah, it's in your head.
Yeah.
Definitely. Same as if you see a damaged car in front of you, you are definitely going to overtake it because they're wounded. They may not be.
Johnny Brandon's just set the fastest lap of the race at 2:02.03. And he's not that far behind these guys. He's got Tyler Newitt 2 seconds ahead of him, and then another second to Simon Trendle. Rich Warmingham with Jamie McKnight not too far behind.
Yeah, Kenzie's pulled a 3.5 second gap.
Oh, no. I don't know what I do with this camera, but every time I point it at somebody, they're doing something. Sorry about that. Rich Warmingham properly drifting round Spoon.
Yeah, this should be all over. Going to go the long way round, though.
He's going to have to back out of that. There's just no track there, is there, if you try that one?
Okay, Kenzie Newhoff in the pits.
That might pull the rest of them in.
Rich Warmingham has stayed out.
Okay.
Stayed out. Tony Kloosterman has stayed out.
Adam kind of gave best to Simon Trendle there.
Yeah, it's where these two are in relation to Kenzie, which is going to be the acid test of the undercut.
There they are in the distance.
They are in the distance. Kenzie's going to survive this. So, still got a few to pit. Top 5, 6, 7.
Top 7. Skill back, way back in 21st at the moment. Right?
Yeah, I was just watching Kenzie Newhoff. He's back up to speed. SDK doing its thing at the moment.
Yeah. Just ignore whatever it tells you at the start, at the top of the table. It's my PC, I don't think it copes well. It's a bit old now.
So the mailer's in.
Yes, he is. He's on his own. Nobody's gone with him. Oh, no, hang on.
No, that's Victor.
Victor. Simon seems to be pulling a bit of a gap on Adam now.
Well, I have a feeling that these two are going to end up in second and third place.
Right. Which, given the scrap that Simon was in right at the start, is going to be a massive result.
And the mess that his car was in.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're just over half distance. We've got 28 minutes left. Johnny Brandon putting pressure on Tyler Newitt. Rich Warmingham currently in the lead, but the top three are right together.
Yeah, that got a bit tasty there between Marco and Ant Woodward. Ant didn't want to let it go, and they nearly had a argument in the Degners.
Yeah,
still going
Marco
on.
may have used up some incident points there.
Right, yeah. Doing a bit of
Right,
sacrificial off
Warmingham
tracks.
getting from the lead. Jamie McKnight, Tony Kloosterman stay out. Rich Warmingham going to lose out to Simon Trendle and Adam Wright. Nikolai Bogotyrev in, Sam Boozin in.
So, Rich Woman not moving, and
Nikolai pointing in a funny angle. There you go. Rich Warmingham lost out by a long way there.
yeah, seems to be. And he's going to get Stephen Phillips in a minute as well, I think, is he? No, not quite. He's on Bob Woodhouse at the moment. Obviously on brand new tyres. Tyres that are 3 laps newer.
I think we just may have had a... No, sorry. I think we had a multi-21 going on, but not. This is going to drop Jamie McKnight and Toby Kloosterman quite a way down the field, I think.
Yes. So everybody seems to be doing around about 40-odd second pit lane times. And Tony Kloosterman's 25 seconds, 26 seconds ahead of Kenzie. So you're right, it's going to be quite a gap, isn't there?
Yeah, it's going to put them at the tail end of the top 10.
Rich Warmingham is hassling Bob Woodhouse, sorry. Too many woods in this league.
So Tony Kloosterman was giving it large to Jamie then. Marco Namela
201.774.
That's not even a little bit faster than everyone else. That's massively faster than everybody else.
Well, he's got his way back up to 11th, and there's still Jamie and Tony to pit in front of him. He's going to be in or around that battle once they pit. Although, of course, Jamie and Tony will be taking on less fuel.
Yeah. It always amazes me on many tracks how many different lines people manage to find around certain corners. Hairpin's one of them. I've seen them take it, you know, wide at the start and then shallow out, or wide all the way around. Seems to be a good one, actually. A good line for traction and speed.
Okay, Jamie McKnight has pitted. Don't think Tony Kloosterman has.
No, someone in the background behind him. I think it's Pete Van Gool, is it, or someone? Not sure.
No, I think Tony stayed out.
He did, yeah.
See how far Jamie McKnight drops. 7th at the moment. There's 8th behind him.
Nearly in front of him, and no, he's managing to defend that one. Or is he?
Cold tyres, he's got to be careful.
Yeah, he's throwing it about a bit. But
Yeah,
he seems to be in control.
No way through there. Just Tony Kloosterman to pit then.
Yeah, last of the late pit stoppers, eh? Johnny Brandon trying to square up the exit of that corner. Didn't really do anything for him because Tyler's line was still good and there's plenty of traction in Tyler's car.
Simon Trendo has driven away from Alan Wright, but Tyler Newitt and Johnny Brandon are catching it.
Yeah. Tyler's doing a good job of staying ahead at the moment. I don't think he's had to do a great deal of defending as such. Back here with Jamie Wilson still tracking down at Ant Woodward.
Still wait for Tony Kloosterman to pit. I think he's going to have to come in this lap. Currently in the spoon curve.
Marco Namela. Trying to get inside Stephen Phillips over the hairpin, but didn't work.
This is for the top 10.
It is. Tony Kloosterman.
Tony Kloosterman is in.
This is getting tight here, Clyde. These two BSTV green cars and Johnny, they've all concertinaed up now, and Jamie McKnight's not far behind. Like, he's closing quickly, actually.
I think at this stage of the race, Tyler may be quicker than Adam, and that is definitely keeping Rich warming up in that hunt. So Tony Kloosterman's going to come out in front of Marco Namela, who's got that move done on Stephen Phillips.
Yeah, we were watching everything else at that point.
Some nice new boots on, and he's going to need them.
Sorry, I missed the guy I was actually trying to get. No, maybe not. It said he had an overtake, but I don't think he did. So, your race leader is Kenzie Newhoff, folks, and he's got himself a handy 4.8 second gap over Simon Trendle in second place, who's got himself a 4.5 second gap over Adam Wright in this ever tightening group of cars here.
Yeah, still 17 minutes to go, so a lot can change.
These two are definitely catching.
Jamie Wilson and Ant Woodward still going at it. Kloosterman lost a hell of a lot of time to Jamie McKnight just by staying out a couple of laps longer.
It's quite a big gap actually, 4 seconds. That's Bob Woodhouse in front of him. I have to keep tripping back to this because Johnny keeps closing up on the back of Tyler, making me think he's going to overtake him. Is that Sam getting overtaken by Freddie?
Sam still in the top 20. Tony Kloosterman is right up behind Woodhouse now. Can't
Yeah.
see that that's not going to be a March 21.
He's got so much newer tyres though, hasn't he? He should absolutely sprint past him. Just needs to get in a braking zone, really. A bit like that.
He's doing it into Spoon.
No messing. A bit further up the road, this is still going on. These two behind of course now. Well, Jamie McKnight has anyway, maybe a little bit further and Rich Warmingham will, but it's going to be a 5-car train for third place, Clyde.
Yes. So Adam Wright, Tyler Newitt, Johnny Brandon, Jamie McKnight and Rich Warmingham.
I suppose Tony's not that far behind this now. He's 3 seconds off this.
Yeah,
and on newer tyres.
yeah, as I say, we'll have to see what he can do. Obviously, if they start going side by side, that's going to help him, and his new tyres is definitely going to help him for 2 or 3 laps.
Marco Namela on his recovery drive is back nearly on his start position now. He's still lapping a lot faster than everybody in front of him.
Yeah, he's taking chunks out of Bob Woodhouse at the moment. Nobody taking any major risks in this little battle group yet. Only sideways in the background.
Was he? I missed that. He's pulled it round then. On board with Jamie McKnight.
Well, we know from previous seasons, you know, if you want to win this championship, it's not always about the winning. It's more about scoring big points in every round. Consistent big points.
Yeah, we've seen it a few times now, actually. Being in the top 5 regularly, not necessarily winning the race, but top 5, maybe top 6 or 7. Every race seems to get you to the top of the table better than trying to win everything every time. Marco Namela visibly closer there to Bob Woodhouse.
Yeah, I think he took about a second out of him in that lap, just over.
I mean, that's immense, isn't it? But is it too little too late? Because how long have we got left? 12 minutes?
Yeah, 11 and a half minutes.
Yeah. This is where the action is. Bit sideways there from Tyler at the back end.
Yeah, you can see that little gap grow there to Adam, can't you? Just
Yeah.
because of that.
Five under a blanket seems to be 6.
Oh, he got a bit twitchy then, Tyler.
Oh, he certainly did, didn't he?
He's still doing it. Ooh, Johnny's had to bail out. There was too much twitchiness. Yeah.
It's going to cost him 1 position.
Maybe 2 here. His teammates on him now as well. Yeah, there's a bit of flashing lights from Johnny Brandon. I think he felt that Tyler came across him. See it from the onboard. Oh no, maybe not. Oh, right, okay. Totally different that looked when you got it on board. Totally different. Another replay, Clyde. Ooh.
Ooh.
And that'll be a slow down, I would think. Oh, and Johnny's gone to the pits. And Johnny's dropping right down the field.
I'll tell you why.
Why? Oh, he's not got the driver's shame, is he?
Yeah.
I bet others must do then. He's in his pit box though, or he was. Still there. So there's something going on that's... He's popped up now, so I think, yeah, maybe a stop and hold or something.
Well, it should have just been a drive-through, to be honest. It's definitely a black flag, so maybe he's going to have to do a drive-through when he comes out of the pits. Yeah, and he's gone.
Right. Well, that's a shame. That was a brilliant recovery drive he was on. He's going to watch it again. How'd you call that one?
Yeah.
It looked
Strange.
like Jamie came across late in the phase, or was he just holding his line? He wasn't holding the racing line, was he?
No.
Looked even more innocuous that way around, but anyway, move on.
So we've got 7 minutes left. In the meantime, Marco Namela has got past Bob Woodhouse into 8th. Klusterman is back on the rear bumper of Jamie McKnight after Jamie's slowdown. Adam Wright and Tyler Newitt have now got a healthy 2-second gap over Rich Warmingham. So it's going to be a battle between them two for the 3rd step on the podium.
Yep, definitely.
Woodward looking for 10th place over Stephen Phillips.
Yeah, I think he's got the time to do it. Oh, no, not now. Not now. He got all switched around under braking there.
And Sam Boozin was just putting Vincent Skilbeck under a lot of pressure as well.
He's outbraked himself a little there, but not too
Yeah.
much. This is Nikolai and Ant Woodward. Thank you, our Europe stablemates. And then thank you, our North American stablemates together. Was that Rich Warmingham going super wide there? It was, yeah. So there may be some more changes before the end of this race.
Yeah, Tony Klusterman has got the newest tyres out of that little group.
And it's showing because he's pulling onto the back of the cars ahead. Marco Namela's catching them all though, but I just don't think there's enough laps left for him to skip all 3 of these, or maybe not even one of, maybe one of them.
He has half that gap in the last couple of laps.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing super fast laps compared to everybody apart from the top two. He's still going faster than what they are, but they're closer to him.
Boozin has just gone past Vincent Skilbeck for 15th. Oh!
What are you watching?
Vincent just really overcooked it and almost took Sam out for his trouble.
Right.
See if you can
It might be on this
this
bit.
Is this one?
Oh, my word, yep. Oh! He's strobing in and out on my screen, which is making it SDK go mental. I think it's just his connection and his ping from Australia. But yeah, that was nearly a bowling ball, wasn't it?
I think Sam may have had a little bit of poo come out there.
Right then, Jamie McKnight getting lots and lots of overspeed on Rich Warmingham, but I'm not sure he can do much with it.
Look behind.
Ah, yeah, here comes Mr. Namela.
I think we should start calling him Murmurer.
Again, this is the closest battle on track, all these guys. Soon to be joined by Mr. Undercut himself. In fact, he's caught him now. So let's see what happens here. Tony's not going to want to sit there, is he? He's going to want to put Jamie McKnight between him and Marco Noela for sure.
Well, this is going to be extremely close on being the final lap.
Oh, right, really? Because it's such a long lap, yeah.
Let me keep some eyes on Kenzie.
So Tony didn't get that done on Jamie there. And Marco, I think, is just waiting now. Meanwhile...
Clever, hasn't he?
Yeah. But not too clever, because we've seen people do clever before and it doesn't always end well. But Rich Warmingham is being gifted a gap now, because they were doing a bit of scrapping between themselves, the NQR boys there. Marco Namela's doing his round the outside here. There's a car off track well out of the way though, so good effort whoever that was. Whoa! And that looks a bit weird. We'll have to see that again. So Marco goes round the outside. No contact yet, round the outside. And then, oh, I think there was some solid air plus, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, plus solid defence.
Yeah, because it seemed to straighten up Tony's car. And then we've got other stuff going on further back.
Yeah, we're about to finish the race.
Oh, right, sorry. Just got this going on, that's all. Same corner, and oh, gee, that was like a hip check. Oh, no! Bowling ball. That didn't end at all well.
In the meantime, Kenzie Newhoff has won race 2.
Yep.
Trendle came home second, with Adam Wright taking the third step of the podium. They're still streaming through.
Yeah, the now delayed Jamie Wilson after getting hip checked. I think it must have been Ant Woodward, but I'm not sure.
Well, Ant was down in 14th, so
everybody comes filing over the line. There's going to be a while before this gets declared official because there's so many cars still to finish. Dan Blake. No, this is PVG actually. It's Pete Van Gool. Dan Blake's already finished. David Fernandez, Thomas Sanofsky. And just a few more. Lots of drama in that one, Clyde.
yeah. Johnny Brandon is complaining about moving in the braking zone. I can't disagree with him, but I don't know. Suzuka for me, I think you always get it on the tight and twisty tracks. I'm not saying it's right, but I think you just seem to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the second part of his sentence there, turning in regardless, I think we saw a couple of episodes of that with other cars as well. Nothing to do with Johnny necessarily, just as we watch Kenzie doing donuts in celebration of his win.
There it is. Lost my stream for a minute.
Kenzie's still doing burnouts and doing 11s on the track.
Okay, so let's bring you your race 2 result. A win for Kenzie Newhoff for Hydro Race Racing Forces. Simon Trendle comes home second for Team Chimera, and Adam Wright in third for BSTV Esports Green. Tyler Newitt comes home fourth with Rich Warmingham in fifth, Jamie McKnight sixth, and Tony Kloosterman seventh. Marco Namela was eighth with Bob Woodhouse in ninth, and Nikolai Bogotyrev rounds out the top 10. Steve Lavalley was 11th with Stephen Phillips in 12th. Jamie Wilson 13th and Ant Woodward 14th. Sam Boozin 15th, Vincent Skilbeck 16th. Victor Morjon in 17th and Freddie Van Eekhoven in 18th. Dale Green was 19th with David Blake in 20th.
Sorry.
Pete woke up. PVG in 21st with David Fernandez in 22nd. Thomas Stanowski in 23rd. Greg Carr 24th. Miro Hrasky in 25th with Jason Haddington in 26th. Chris Sherburn in 27th. Ronald Moons 28th. Stephen Keither 29th. And Ellis Stevens in 30th. Right, Pete, let's get these interviews underway, shall we? And bring in our sprint race winner, Simon Trendle. Welcome to the booth.
Evening.
Good evening. So, fantastic night for you overall, with a first and a second, but not without its dramas.
Yeah. I mean, the first one went pretty to plan. I mean, Marco got a worse start than me, which is like, that's not right, surely.
That's terrible, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that's grounds to like sell your rig, isn't it? I think. Yeah, and apparently I knew I had damage in the second race from 2 contacts, neither of which I could really do much to avoid. But apparently I was missing a rear wing on other people's screen. And I don't know. I think it was probably there on mine, and I forgot to check. But it felt more like a front splitter as lost, because going into turn 1 was interesting at times. But yeah, the fast repair helped that, and then obviously chasing down and keeping those tyres alive.
Yeah, you looked fairly beat up in race 2 on the broadcast. But tell us about race 1. Like you say, you did you get a good start, or was your start average and theirs were just terrible?
That's probably an all right start. That's probably the best one I've had. Let's put it there. But that's setting the bar quite low. So
Yeah, that doesn't really set any fields alight. But like you say, it went to plan. First win of the season. Massive points haul for yourself from tonight. Bodes well for the rest of the season. You've got to. We said in the broadcast to win this championship, you've got to score big points consistently, and you seem to be very adept at doing that.
yeah, my bad luck will come. But I think 2/3 last time, first and second this time. So yeah, I've not been off the podium. So the only downside is the number of incidents I've gotten, but a lot of those I couldn't really avoid. So I mean, I got 8 in the second race there from the 2 contacts. So yeah, I did my
Yeah,
best.
I think in a big field, the incident count is always going to be higher anyway, isn't it? So as long as those around you are scoring some big incident points as well, it shouldn't hurt you too much.
Yep, I don't know how other people did. It is obviously Suzuka, which can be quite easy, but I kept my off tracks to a minimum, just car contact. Unfortunately, I couldn't avoid.
Okie dokie. So Imola next up. Still going to stay on the podium?
That's the plan. Hopefully this time I don't stare at the back of Ryan Walker's rear car for half the race. But yeah, I went quite well there last time. I quite liked it. So hopefully, coming back to the first track that I've been to, where I've already been there in this car, so it should be fun.
Excellent. Okay. Well, before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give?
Yep, to you guys for the broadcast and the league, because obviously that's huge fun. To Honeywell for the air fans, which have kept me cool all race. And to Jamie for making me look good.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on 2 fantastic results tonight, Simon Trendle.
Cheers.
Okay, Pete, next up for you, let's bring in race 2 winner Kenzie Newhoff. Welcome to the booth.
Good afternoon, guys.
Evening, Kenzie. Well, drama in both races, and a rather convincing victory in the end. 3.5 seconds, I think it was, or maybe more over Simon eventually. Tell us about your 2 races.
Well, yeah, quali was a kind of a mess as usual, but that's mostly the case. I can always qualify quite well in official, but then lose my talent in the actual league race. So that wasn't a real surprise. Yeah, first race I had a good start for once because everyone on the left lane decided to wheel spin for some reason. I don't know why. And yeah, then I decided to do a sick drift in 130R, which completely killed off my tires. But yeah, could be worse.
Mm-hmm.
In the end, still finished P5, I think, or P4 after belting out Adam, which I'm very sorry about still. Anyway, yeah, in the second race was just controlling the pace because I knew I was in quite a good position for the start. And yeah, just kept my tires in it, saved the fuel, put enough fuel in my car for once as well.
Yeah,
and
always helps.
cruise to victory.
Yeah, I mean, 6 places from the start of the second is pretty impressive. We saw some other people 8 places up from Simon Trendle, 7 from Tyler. At one point, I think Johnny Brandon was 21 places up from his start position. So there was plenty of places to get your overtaking done around Suzuka in this car tonight, wasn't there?
Well, I would actually say it's quite hard.
Oh, right, okay.
Because yeah, every good passing zone is beforehand is like a quick corner, and it's really hard to follow in these cars. So I found it quite hard, and that's why I just saved my tires and just make my move in the pit stop. But in the end, it didn't really matter. But still.
And we visit Imola next time. We've been there before. You've been there before in this car. I can.
I haven't.
Have you not? Oh.
No.
Oh well, that one fell on my face there, Clyde.
You must have quit or something.
Yeah.
I had my sabbatical, like my mini retirement tour. So.
Yeah. So, how do you feel you'll go at Imola? That's another technical track. Some corners on there that this car really does not like.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I've never driven there, so it
Um,
just yeah. I'll just do some laps and hope for the best. But yeah, the more
Yeah.
technical it gets, the more mistakes I make usually. So that's a good omen.
Yeah. And I'd buy the Bigfoot version of the V8 for doing Imola because the curbs are massive, aren't they, Clyde?
Scary high, yes.
Scary high, yeah. And this car doesn't really like those too much. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and celebrate your victory?
First of all, partners again, Hyder Race and Brandon Blakesley, who's creating the awesome livery, which actually is on the car this time because of my mistake, but we'll gloss over that. Yeah, these two, and you guys, of course, as always, in the booth, making it all possible and giving away a great broadcast.
Awesome stuff. Our race to Victor, Kenzie Newhoff.
Good night.
Okay, so let's try and do this in some sort of order. Let's bring in our second place finisher in race 1, Marco Namela. Welcome to the booth.
Thank you.
So 2 weeks till the next race. It's going to be 2 weeks of start practice.
No, I probably start practicing the starts on the warm up.
Yeah, that was a bit of a shock. I don't think we've seen you have too many bad starts, but you managed to get back to second place. But then, race 2, you made it very, very difficult for yourself.
Yeah, I was driving on hard mode, and yeah, it was pretty unlucky how the connection on the how I hit the curb, because the rear tire got instantly stuck on the outside, so that was just unlucky. I spun there.
And then, well, it certainly was a hell of a recovery drive, getting yourself all the way back up to Tony and Jamie, and setting some blistering times in the process. Even though you was deep down in the field and trying to come back, was that still a lot of fun, passing a lot of cars?
Oh yeah, it was so fun. I always thought that I'm really bad at passing, but in past couple weeks I have been practicing all the different lines and stuff, so that was so much fun to actually put it in use.
Yeah, and as well, we don't always say this with drivers, but you seem to do it patiently and fairly cleanly as well. Picking your moments when to go past people.
Yeah, actually a lot of them, my moves were like setups. I just made the car in front do something that they don't like to do and put them in bad position, and I can drive the offline better because I've practiced those. So yeah, that was my plan on overtaking.
Well, it certainly worked out for you. Any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Thanks to you guys, all the drivers, Simability. Yeah, thanks.
Excellent. Well, we'll hopefully catch you next time out at Imola, Marco Namela.
Yep, thank you.
Okay, Pete. So, as I'm going in my wonderful order, I'm not going to get Simon Trendle back in. So, you can have Ant Woodward, our third place finisher. Third place finisher in race 1.
Good evening, Ant. How are you doing?
Evening, not bad. Pretty good.
Race
Hot.
1. Race 1 was good. Yeah, hot. Yeah, definitely. I've got an aircon unit and a fan tonight. It's
Lucky.
too much for me. So race 1. Let's talk about that.
Yes, please.
Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about it all night.
Don't talk about race 2.
it went very well for you. People decided to throw themselves off the track. You did some really good overtakes, and brought it home on the bottom step of the podium.
Yeah, nice podium. Did manage to get the donuts in before the end as well. So
Yeah.
it's always good to get a celebration. And then, just came to me, and it was cool for that session. So car behaved itself, and yeah, good stuff.
And then
I thought,
go on.
No, I thought for a bit I was going to get a second. I turned relative off again. I like doing that lately, and I couldn't tell who was behind me, so it wouldn't bug me out. And then I'm not sure who it was, Mark or someone, just came and passed me. So yeah, good stuff, that one.
Yeah, and race 2, which we need to talk about a little bit. You spent most of it driving with Jamie Wilson, and then there was a bit of a coming together at one point.
Yeah, so there was, I think I took away any points I earned in race 1. I think I've probably taken away in race 2.
Right, okay.
So it was just one of those. It's just one of those Suzuka races, and yeah, I think the heat caught me out a bit. The session was a bit hotter, just a bit less grip. I think I turned someone around immediately on turn 2 and caused the biggest crash of the night in lap 1, turn 2. So I think that was me, whoever that was. Sorry. And then first stint I had damage, so I wanted to just pit as early as possible, get that fixed. And then the undercut was so sorry, I pitted in so early that the second stint was so long. I just didn't have the tires at the end, and I was trying to fight and
had nothing underneath you. Yeah.
Yeah, caused a couple of I caused a bowling incident, sent Jamie Wilson bowling into Stephen, so we've made up pretty much. But I'm harder on myself than they'll be on me, so it's that's race 1. That's the positive to take from the night, Pete.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely stay with that. We saw some great moves from you, and some really good car control. Jamie McKnight on the chat was saying it was the track temperature got to over 40 degrees in the second race, so it was super slippy. And all of you guys in there being able to cope with that in this car, and that much power being transferred through to a slippy track.
To be fair, the official sessions have been really hot, so it's not like we haven't had practice in it. It's just, I don't know. I guess I thought I was king of the world after race 1, and just went back to my overdriving ways. So yeah, try and check that up.
Awesome stuff. And Imola next time?
Yeah, should go well there, I think.
Just make sure you keep off those curbs.
The thing is that you got like 20 people all within a second now. It's ridiculous.
It is crackers.
It's awesome.
Anybody out of sequence here? So we saw like Johnny, obviously, in at the beginning of the second race, making his way back through. We saw Marco.
Was it Johnny I tagged?
I don't know. I think it was Rich Warmingham. I'm not sure. I'll have to try.
Okay.
I'll try and find it later. But yeah, when they're coming through the field, because they are super rapid, that causes its issues as well, obviously. But great racing from you tonight. Race 2 could have been better. You're absolutely right, and you'll work on that. I know you will. So, anybody you want to shout out to before we let you go?
Absolutely, yeah. A big shout out to Gary Croft. He's back. He's not back. You guys don't see him in the races we do every 2 weeks, but he's definitely back. He's in the sim, and he's doing great work on our setups. So I should have mentioned him last interview. Had a good round at Sebring, and I used Gary Croft's setup. So big shout out to Gary Croft, Stacey, Jack, and Evie, Simability, and the team, and yourselves for doing the broadcast. Nice save, Ant Woodward.
Yeah, it was a good save. Yeah, we got that one the first time round. Brilliant entertainment tonight. Thank you very much, Ant Woodward.
Cheers, boys. See you.
Okay, Pete. So next up, let's round out our podium finishers with a third place in race 2. It's Adam Windy Wright.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Super duper. Have you got your shorts on?
I have indeed. My really thin shorts because it's absolutely baking hot here.
Good man. So let's talk about race 1 first. You was right up there, wasn't you? And then a bit of a mistake dropped you back, but managed to finish in 8th position. Not too bad.
Yeah, not too bad. I mean, it wasn't much of a mistake. I got hit from behind in the hairpin. But there was an error in there which I've been struggling with since last week, and my shifter will randomly downshift whenever it chooses.
Put that in volume 3 of your racing excuses book, Pete.
Yeah.
Well,
I've not got that
happened
one yet because I don't have a shifter.
It happened on the back straight, which let Kenzie catch up with me, and then yeah, we had a bit of an incident in the hairpin. But all's good. You race this close with people, then it's going to happen now and then. So no hard feelings.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. And race 2, where the big points are scored.
Yep.
Third step on the podium. Not much you could do about the front two. But teammate Tyler Newitt, was he trying to overtake or was he running tail gunner for you?
No, he definitely wasn't running tail gunner. He was trying to overtake. He was trying to negotiate a multi 21. But I don't think he was.
Was it for coinage or sexual favours?
Well, we didn't get that far in the negotiations, to be fair, because it was no, I'm having this podium. But I think he was in a rather uncomfortable place with who do you have behind him? Rich, and then I think Jamie, and then Johnny. So yeah, and I was struggling because at this point I'm driving one-handed with my hand on the shifter all the time, and the worst one was when it decided to downshift at first, coming out of the hairpin. That caught me by surprise a bit, but yeah, no, I couldn't do much with Kenzie and Simon. I'm surprised Kenzie survived the undercut as well as he did, and then Simon, I knew he was quick, so I tried to let him go, but I don't think he understood, and he actually gave me a bit of a bump draft down the back straight.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I was struggling here. It's not my kind of track, so I've tried to be smart and make the best of a bad situation, really. So.
Well, you've come out with a decent points haul, and obviously finishing in front of Tyler always helps for bragging rights.
It's my only motivation, I've got to be honest.
Just a note for Tyler, for Adam's wife, if she's watching, just keep an eye on the bank balance if Adam is having real shifter issues. Before we let you go, any shout outs you want to give?
Everyone for turning up again. I think it's a real. I mean, I don't know what happened down the field and all that, but when there was incidents today in front, everyone gave everyone room. No one was trying to make a big gain and all that. It was really good. So, yeah, everyone who rocked up had a good race. You guys, Simability, yeah, great.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on your results tonight, Adam Wright.
Cool. Cheers, guys.
Okay then, Pete, let's do the rest in the order that they are sitting in the waiting room and bring in everybody's favourite New Yorker, Stephen Phillips.
Hey, fellas, how we doing?
All right. So you were reasonably, what would you call it, mid-pack tonight? I don't know. It seemed like you were chasing battles. You were certainly in quite a few of them. Tell us about your two races.
I think it was a lot of managing tires and just trying to hang on to packs when I was in them, and I think race 2 was going really well. Kind of relying on a lot of people having some trouble getting into carnage and staying out of it for the most part, and trying to hang on to that top 10.
And we saw. Who were you battling for most of the night? I can't even remember now. Was it Sam? No, I can't remember. But there was some really good room given. Everybody seemed to be racing very fair in that centre portion of the field. And you were in like a 10-car train at one point for whatever position it was. Was it about 10th or 12th or something like that? Oh, you finished 12th,
Yeah,
didn't you?
yeah, I think it was a good change of pace from the last event. You know, where somebody was flying off every lap, so it was good to see that. I got into the back of Nikolai race one, and I think judging from the results, after redressing and giving him the spot back, I think I threw away a pole position for race two by doing that. But it is what it is, and moving forward, and it's nice to be up towards the closer to the pointy end this week.
Yeah, and do you like racing in these quite large, healthy fields? There's certainly a lot of competition for you, isn't there?
Oh, absolutely. It's just nice to see. It means everybody's got someone to race. The top 10 from last season in terms of how tight the field is grown to like the top 17 or so.
Yeah.
So if you make a mistake, then you're gonna pay for it. But it also means if a field's the size, your race isn't done. If you do get punted off, that was something that I struggled with last season, was not having anybody to race with the smaller fields after some lap one carnage.
No, that's good. And we go to Imola next time. Have you driven this car on that track?
Yeah, we raced it a season or two ago.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think last season actually. Had some good battles with Anthony Woodward, so looking forward to duking it out there again.
Yeah, it should be good. It's, like I said to some of the others, stay off the curbs because they're massive. And we'll. Have you got anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go?
Oh, just my pups this week, Saxophone and Zoe, waiting patiently for me to be done.
Yeah, my cat's doing the same thing. I can hear them shouting at the door because they want but that's cool. That's 2 Dachshund powered car, folks. Just as fast as the rest of the V8s. We'll see you next time out then, Stephen. Take care of yourself.
All right, cheers, guys. Have a good night.
Okay, so next up, it's our number 2 New Yorker. It's Tyler Newitt. Welcome to the booth.
Hello.
Hello. So, race 1 didn't quite go to plan. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, I would say so. The plan was to get a reverse grid spot because I had a bad quali, and I knew I had the pace to kind of be up towards the front end. And unfortunately, just had an incident with Steve LaValle. But yeah, that put me out of the reverse, and then it was an uphill battle in race 2. But it was a lot of fun. This field is so tight. It was good fun, and even though it didn't go according to plan, it still had some really good battles all the way through.
We hear in with your 4th place in race 2, you was trying to negotiate a multi-21 with your teammate. Is that true?
I mean, when you've got Johnny Brandon, breathing down your neck, you'll do, I think, anything to get out of that, including begging your teammate to let you through. And in fairness, I did have a lap tire advantage on Adam, and at the start of the stint there, we were closing quite rapidly on him. But once the tires plateaued, our pace was near enough the same that it was going to be very difficult to make a clean overtake happen. So happy for Adam to get the podium, and it was a good fight. But yeah, it was just a tough situation with Adam seemingly a bit slower up front, and Johnny and Jamie McKnight later behind. It got pretty stressful.
Yeah, and we all know there's only one teammate that does sends on a teammate. But
and he's not here tonight, so
no, that's right. But up to 4th from 11th, you must still be happy with that drive.
Yeah, I am. It was kind of a roller coaster of emotions this weekend because this is not a track I normally go well at, and I just have not had more than, I would say, maybe an hour or 2 of practice coming into the official or to our session. So I didn't expect to be anywhere, and then I did a little practice with Adam this morning and was quicker, and then set a good time in the practice session before the race. So suddenly I was thinking, oh, maybe I might have a chance here. And didn't put it together in quali. I need to figure something out. I don't know if I need to talk to spirit guide or something to get my brain right for for qualifying, but I just haven't been able to put it together lately, and I need to figure it out because it's so tight in this field that qualifying is the most important session. It's just so hard to pass that you need to get qualifying right, and I'm just not doing it right now. So, in a nutshell, yeah, I should be pleased because I beat the goals I had going into this weekend, but it's tough when you can kind of taste a little bit more and it slips away from you. So that's where I'm at.
Well, I'm sure it will come. Any shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Yeah, to the team, Adam and Sam were there today. JB and Wobbly missing in action, but hopefully they'll be back soon. Shout out to Simability. I missed them last time and I felt bad about that. But really great to have their support with the league doing so well. It all comes together, and happy about that. Thanks to you guys for the broadcast. And I'm not like sponsored or endorsed by VRS, but I would not have had the pace I had today without VRS. So if people are like looking for a setup shop, the tools they have really get you up to speed quick. So I feel they deserve a shout out for me today because that I just used their setup and practiced against their data pack, and that was how I got there. So yeah.
Not a problem at all. Thanks for joining us in the booth, and congratulations on that 4th place in race 2, Tyler Newitt.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Okay, nearly there, Pete. Next up for you with 2 top 10 finishes, I believe, tonight, it's Tony Kloosterman.
How you doing, Clyde?
Good evening, Tony. So you were doing remarkably well in the first race. And where did you finish? Finish 6th or something like that?
Yeah, I made a little mistake there.
Yeah.
Chicane, yeah.
Yeah, and that was all it was. Just a little bit of a shimmy in the chicane, that was it.
Yeah, there's a massive slowdown after that, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that put paid to that.
Yeah, and then 7th in the second race, which was a race of... I mean, you were quite high up at the first stage of the race, as it were, racing with Jamie McKnight, obviously, and you held out on the pit stops to way beyond everybody else, as did Jamie to a point, and then when you came out, you were quite far back, but on really good tyres, and making good headway, but there just wasn't enough laps to get back to the position you were in. Is that right?
Yeah, I stayed out purposely long just so I could lead a couple of laps and get some points. That was the only way I was going to do that. And then, yeah, came back out on really good tires, but behind Jamie, and didn't want to get in my teammate. I've done that before and don't want to repeat. So I probably held back a little bit on the in the last few laps there, but there was a couple of times I had a peak, anyways.
Yeah, I saw you just showing yourself in his mirrors, and I saw that both you and Jamie lit the wick a bit more when Marco started closing in on you, because he was, I don't know what he was eating or drinking today, but he was so fast.
He was a man on a mission, yeah.
Oh, wow. I mean, he was just eating into everybody. And I could see him closing in on you, closing in on Jamie and Richard. And you went side by side with Jamie once, I think it was. I don't know whether that was the hairpin or spoon. And then all of a sudden, Richard had moved further away from you. Marco had caught you both up a bit. I thought, oh, this could be a bit tasty in the last couple of laps. But it wasn't to be. You managed to protect your positions. Are you happy with tonight's performances?
Overall, yes. Based on the competitiveness of the entire field, anytime you're finishing in the top 10 now, you got to be happy, I would think.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. You got to the end, some didn't, as it always is with these big fields. So there's always a sense of achievement when you get to the end of an hour race after a sprint for a race, and the car's relatively untouched, really. Imola's next time out with the nice big curbs and the nice technical twisty track. How have you got a setup for that already, or are you gonna milk the last one that you had there?
I'm pretty sure we got something stuck away somewhere, but we're going to give a little job to Gary Croft and see if he can work some magic again. He worked very hard this week on helping us with a setup for here. That worked very well, so maybe we can get him to do some setup magic for the curbs for Imola.
Yeah, it's good to hear that he's back behind the wheel of a sim rig. That's for sure. Hopefully one day we'll see him racing again with us, but these things take time. Any shout outs that you want to give before you go and celebrate your 6th and 7th places respectively?
Well, just the team overall, everybody did a good job. Lots of practice this week. Gary for doing the setup, Jamie for waking up at 3 a.m. in Australia there, and you guys for doing the broadcast. Simability for taking care of the league, and I think this is one of the first times my car has come through without any scratches on it, which is nice to see.
Awesome stuff. In that case, we'll see you next time out at Imola. Tony Kloosterman.
Take care, guys.
Okay, we've saved him till last again. Hopefully he's still awake. Vincent Skillbeck, welcome to the booth.
Evening.
Good evening. 19th and 16th. Not where we're accustomed to see you finishing. What's the excuse? Lack of practice, don't like the track, improvements in the rest of the field, all of the above?
No, my excuse this week is going to be incident.
Right, okay.
I just had a couple of incidents in both races that put me all the way back to last, where I just fight back through the field and just couldn't quite do it. So
Okay, so let's have a look at your qualified 16th, so sort of mid pack. Tell us where did it go wrong then? You said incidents, were they avoidable? Was it somebody doing something they shouldn't have done? Did you do something you shouldn't have done?
I think it was more because it was with a couple of the new guys. I think it was just mistakes from them. The one in race 1 happened at the last chicane. Rich kind of went to go dive bomb Steven, even though Steven Phillips was already defending him. So I tried to get around the outside, and Rich kind of just moved over into the middle of the road, which then net coded me, and it spun me and put me last in race 1. And then Victor, I think just misjudged his braking zone going into the hairpin, because Jamie had got past me, so I decided to try and cut back underneath Jamie, and just as I got to the apex, my car rotated, and Victor straight away said sorry. So I didn't actually go back and have a look to see if it was a net code or if it was actually a proper hit. But yeah, just those couple of incidents kind of put me all the way back.
Okay, so the obvious get out of jail free card. I don't mean this to sound harsh, but is there anything you can do about your qualifying performance to get you out of that mid pack so that you're not in that melee at the start?
Yeah, there probably is. I might have to start doing GOPS quali. So just doing laps and laps and laps just on a quali set, and not kind of worry about the race set. Even though I will still figure the race set out, it's the quali set I think I might need to figure out, or just keep doing laps and laps on the quali set to really dial myself in for quali. But this week, it was just down to me not gelling with the track. And I had the pace, but yeah, Suzuka is just not a place I don't really gel with all that often. So yeah, it made it a little bit harder, but yeah, I still thought I had the pace to be at least back into the top 10. So
Yeah, I can know exactly where you're coming from there, because there are, I'm not particularly quick anyway, but there are certain tracks that I think I would say quite easily I detest them. And it makes me drive even worse than usual when I go there, because I'm just so angry that I'm driving on that track. So yeah, I know where you're coming from, but I'm also pretty sure that we're going to see you back up the pointy end of the grid very, very soon. So before we let you go, are there any shout outs you want to give?
yeah, just everyone over at Wheelie Bins that is on every night and help keeping us running through the whole week. Everyone in the league for turning up. It's making for some really interesting races from what I've heard up the front. Simability for supporting the season again this season, and you guys for the broadcast.
Excellent. Well, always a pleasure to talk to you, Vincent, and we'll see you next time out at Imola.
Yeah, catch you guys in Imola.
See you later.
Please.
Okay, so that's the interviews done, Pete. Now the pressure is on us because it is driver of the evening time. Now I shall go first because for me it's quite an easy pick tonight. We're now 4 races in, and there is somebody that hasn't finished off of the podium, a first and a third tonight. It's going to be Simon Trendle for me, because I think with this size of field and this quality of field, if you can deliver 2 races like that in one night, you deserve to be my driver of the evening. So Simon Trendle for me.
Right, well, no pressure on me then to pick somebody different potentially. Mine would have definitely gone to Johnny Brandon if he'd not ended up the way it did in the second race, because he was already 21 positions up from his start point, and had got there with some really, really professional overtaking. So maybe I should still do that. I don't know. Let me think. Simon's a good one to go for. Tony Klusterman kept his car clean this time. Martin Melo was doing a recovery drive, but maybe not. I think I'm going to go with Kenzie, because his pace was rapid. He's managed to get to the top of the pile in the second race and get himself a gap. And he's done it in quite a lot of style, to be honest. It's not like he was gifted it. Up 6 places from the start in the second one. So I think I'm going to go Kenzie.
Okay, good call. Can't argue with that. So that's rounds 3 and 4 of the Simability V8ESC done and dusted. The series returns, as he breaks his neck trying to look at the calendar, on the 27th from Imola. But in the meantime, coming up on Wednesday, we are back in GT4 TCR action with round 10 of season 9 from Road Atlanta. And then next Sunday, we should be good by then, Pete, because we're still at Road Atlanta, and we're back in GT3 action with GTCC. round 4 of season 3. So a couple of fantastic races coming up from Road Atlanta in the next week. So that's it, done and dusted. Big thanks to Simability for sponsoring the series. Nice to hear all the drivers thanking them as well. Big thanks to everybody that joined in on the chat, to all the drivers in the field for making this season absolutely fantastic. Big shout out to Pete for doing the cameras and joining me in the booth. Make sure you give this video a like. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube if you haven't already. And make sure you follow us on Facebook. That way you'll never miss any of our fantastic action. It just leaves me to say goodnight, and then we will close the broadcast. So thanks for watching, everybody. Have a cracking rest of your weekend. Stay safe, and we'll see you again sometime soon. Good night.
Yeah, good night, everybody. Thanks to Simability for sponsoring the league again, making sim racing accessible for people who struggle to work a rig. Go to their website, check that out. Thanks to all the drivers. It's such a healthy league this season. It can go great places, but only if people keep turning up like they're doing now. So great support there. Take care, everybody. Hopefully it's cooler where you are than it is where we are. Good night.